Hi everyone. The chapter that I selected for this task was the Pathways Reading, Writing, and Critical Thinking 4 chapter about endangered animals and their habitats. When I first reviewed the chapter, I actually liked the activities, and I probably wouldn't have given them a second look if we had not been studying Bloom's taxonomy and Bloom's revised taxonomy, because when I looked at them with that in mind, I definitely noticed that the activities in the chapter covered more of the lower level cognitive skills. So I definitely think I could add or adapt an activity. What I decided to add was kind of a role play activity, but it includes a written task and an oral presentation. So the teacher would assign each student their own endangered animal, which they would research. But what makes this involve higher level cognitive thinking and critical thinking is that they are to present their findings from the perspective of an expert at the wildlife conservation where the animal would be living. So they're not just researching to remember and understand, they're researching to break down the information, evaluate the information for what's most important and what an expert would present if he or she had visitors at the wildlife conservation. So I think while they're not creating new information, they're looking at the material that they're researching in a different way, because I think having to present the information from a different perspective than their own requires them to think critically, evaluate, and break down the information for the main important parts. And another part of this activity that would require higher level cognitive skills is that they should plan and predict what kind of questions their classmates may have, because they would be presenting, their oral presentation would be as if they were an expert at the conservation and their classmates were visitors. So during their research, they should predict and plan for what questions their classmates could have about their endangered animal. So I think that rather than just remembering and understanding, this activity requires these students to really apply and analyze the information in order to present it as an expert in the field. So that's what I would add. And it would include, I guess I would adapt the writing task from the current chapter to be based on their expert insight about the endangered animal. So that's what I would add, and I would like any feedback that you guys have. Thanks, guys.